Got 2 on me.
So the warrant is just that good.
Yes.
Beat my shotgun.
Somebody's pushing the steps, Griffin.
Hey,
Sheesh. What is going on, everyone? Griffin here, coming at you with some Dima gameplay, and today we're going to talk about why hasn't this mode replaced Strikeout. What mode is it? Let's head over and check it out. So King of the Hill has been added into quick play. It was something that kind of replaced Team Deathmatch for quite a while until they introduced 6v6 TDM. Then they introduced 6v6 King of the Hill, and then they decided to go back to 6v6 TDM. And King of the Hill is a very, very fun and interesting game mode to play. They have like a more streamlined version of it in the quick play menu, which is fine. It's okay if they're going to put quicker, like more streamlined versions of these game modes in quick play, because it is a quick play queue, but it would really be nice if this was actually, in my opinion, just flat out replace Strikeout. Now, I know that there is a ton of Strikeout purists out there. I know that there is a huge player base specifically for Strikeout, and this isn't a knock on any of those people. I know that there's a ton of people that enjoy it, but I do feel like Strikeout is one of the most poorly designed game modes that I've played in a very long time. The objective doesn't feel substantial. It basically devolves into TDM at a specific point in the match, with it having reduced respawns, tickets that are taken away. It kind of takes inspiration from the way they did Team Deathmatch in Gears of War, but it's just not as fun as Gears of War, because you have abilities, you have perks, you have gadgets, you spawn in with these things. You don't have power weapons on the map that you're currently fighting over that kind of steers the engagements that you're trying to have. Yes, there is a point on Strikeout. Yes, that is supposed to be what drives the engagements on the map. And inevitably that just doesn't happen, because you don't have to be on that point to be capturing the point. Once you step on it, it starts giving your team credit for it. And then as it fills up, if the enemy team doesn't touch it, that's all they have to do is run up and touch it, and then they can leave the point. As long as there's not an enemy on there, then it will stay for whatever team touched the point. It just doesn't feel good. It feels very poorly designed. Whereas King of the Hill, on the other hand, feels like it is a little bit more fleshed out, because the point exists for a reason. You have to fight over said point. You have to stand on that point in order to gain points for your team to win. It doesn't have anything to do with downs, kills, eliminations, anything like that. It's all specifically driven by the objective. That's what Strikeout needed to be, but Strikeout is not that whatsoever. It's also very fun to see how the tides of battle turn based off where the next point's going to spawn, how many points you have, where it's located at on the map specifically, and if you can get in there and lock that position down before the enemy team, and then also the gunfights that inevitably happen on these rotations to the next point. Whenever you're playing it in quick play, it feels like the point doesn't exist in one place for long enough. But like I said, I know that is a quick play version of that game mode. And whenever we were playing it in ranked and also in previous iterations of King of the Hill, it did feel a lot better than it currently does. But I would like to see this come in as a full-time game mode. I think that there are a ton of people out there that, given the time and given the opportunity, they would absolutely have more fun playing King of the Hill as opposed to something like Strikeout, because Strikeout, just to me personally, just does not feel like a rewarding game mode. Since quick play's been introduced, I've played Strikeout more and more, and there's one thing that I've come to realize: Strikeout and Battlezone are two of the most terribly designed game modes that currently exist in the game. I have way more fun playing literally any other game mode than those two game modes, and I feel like they need to do a substantial change, and they tried to do that with Strikeout 2.0, but they basically made one change and it made it even more like team deathmatch as opposed to a objective driven game mode. So I feel like if they went in there and they actually knuckled down and really thought this through, because Strikeout to me feels like a second-hand knockoff game mode. They didn't want to introduce TDM into the game right out of the gate, so they developed Strikeout to kind of bridge that gap between single life and respawn, and people started playing it because it was the only thing that they could play. They got familiar with it. They learned where all the different points on the map and all the different points of interest were going to be located, all of the zone areas, things like that, and they basically hop on and they just wreck ass because they know it like the back of their hand. It feels like a second-rate TDM. It really does. And I really do enjoy respawn game modes if the respawn game modes have something influencing the way that that game goes. It has to be very, very objective driven, or they have to do something like they did with Dodgeball, where it's kind of respawn, but it's not really, but it's driven off of the fact that you need to do something in the match in order to get those respawns back. Coupled with the fact that the respawns and where you respawn in the game just feels absolutely atrocious on pretty much all respawn game modes. The Sabotage respawns feel terrible. Strikeout respawns feel terrible. King of the Hill respawns feel terrible. It just doesn't feel good, and it's like the game wasn't designed for respawn game modes, because it initially wasn't designed specifically for respawn game modes. It was designed for single life game modes with very tactical gameplay, but they started getting away from that more and more and more and more and more as the culture of the game changed, and that feels very bad, and it feels very unfortunate in a huge way. But I do like King of the Hill a lot. I do feel like that this is something that could potentially replace Strikeout as it is being reworked, because you can see with Strikeout 2.0 that we play tested basically whenever they put it in as an LTM, that they are trying different ways to be able to make this game mode more rewarding for everyone, and they haven't succeeded in my opinion yet. But be sure to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you think that I'm an absolute insane person because I do not like Strikeout? If you think that, then that is very valid, and I'm okay with that, because hey, it's my opinion. It's my experience in the game. And it is what it is at the end of the day. Be sure to let me know what you think. Also, be sure to check the description for links to Facebook, Discord, and Twitter. Those are the places to contact me. And if you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, then consider hitting that join button to become one of the 256 crew members. Also, there is a giveaway going on, so be sure to check that giveaway link in the description down below. Fill out all the information to be entered to win whatever the current giveaway is. Lastly, on Thursdays from 8 until 11 p.m. Central Time and Sundays from 10 a.m. until we get tired, I will be streaming here on YouTube, so if you're interested and available, please feel free to stop by and say hello there. Thanks for watching, guys.
Death approaches.
Get me, but I got him first.
They're coming across
They're
zip,
picking him up.
and I got fucking incended.
Yeah, they've rushed it.
All right.
I think it's about to move. Oh, our dude left. Cool.
Yeah, he left a minute ago.
Hill controlled.
Oh, it's gonna be rough. I'm revealed in the doorway. I'm watching the door here. Here they come.
On.
Oh, this fucking bitch.
Hill controlled.
I'm coming in on the side of them.
Lethal out.
Another contract.
Don't matter. Don't matter.
You just got beat
Don't
by
matter.
3 people, you fucks.
Don't do no good to run in at the end.
Yeah. You just got beat by 3 people. Get the fuck out. God damn, dude.
I got secondhand embarrassment for him.
Yeah, right. My face is red, you know? Burning.